Welcome to Discover Marshalltown. I'm your host, Denny Gravenbauer. Discover Marshalltown, we talk to people in and around the Marshalltown and Marshall County. And today we're going to bring more of that music flair back onto the set as we got Dave Gray with us with the Marshall County Hangman. And Dave, welcome to Discover Marshalltown.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You know, music is something, I guess us older generation, gosh, I hate calling myself that, but it, you know, we are, you know, it's fun to hear a first-class group, and Marshall County Hangman are definitely, to me, an elite group.
Okay.
How did all this happen?
Well, it started a long time ago when I first taught myself how to play guitar. I'd played farmers markets, and I had written some songs, and I'd played some, and a little gray-haired little old lady comes up to me, and she says, you know, you should record those songs. So I enlisted John Schumacher and a couple other friends of mine.
Which we've had on the show.
Yes.
Yep.
And they helped me put this album together, and we recorded it in my garage. And it was okay for what we knew how to do. And then the second CD, by the time I had enough songs for another one, I said, you know what? Firestone bought out my retirement, so we did another album, and we went to Muscle Shoals, Alabama, to record the second album.
All the way to Muscle Shoals? There's no recording recording areas between here and there?
There are a plethora of other studios that we could have chosen, but I chose History over.
Oh, really?
Over closeness, because Aretha recorded her first #1 hit there.
Well, how was it down there? How are the Northerners accepted when you go to Alabama to cut a record?
Oh, down there, when you walked in, you were like family. They treated you great. The hairs stood up on your arms when you walked in the building.
Just because of the history?
The history, and I had seen a documentary called Muscle Shoals on public television, and that's what really got me going. I'm thinking, gosh, I wish I could do that. And then the next day, I got a letter in the mail from Firestone saying, hey, we'd like to buy you out.
Okay.
Okay.
It worked.
Yeah. And I asked permission from my wife, and she says, I think we could spend that money other ways. I said, who will help me bake the bread? Who worked for that retirement? And the rest is history.
Rest is history,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah, I understand. So when you go down there and you do a album cut or a CD cut, do you have a list of songs, or do they help you pick a song to best fit?
Well, I sent
how
them
you want that?
Probably 20 songs, and these were the 10 that they seemed to think were the better of the group.
When we're talking the 10, this is the new Marshall County Hangman Southbound Road CD, and it's in, where can people buy this?
You can get it from any of the band members, John Schumacher, myself, Ryan Runyon, the West Marshall band instructor, and we also have it on our website. You can order one from us there. CD Baby carries it, and then there are other places, but no, you caught me off guard. So.
Get a hold of one of the Marshall County Hangmen, and,
Yes.
and they'll direct you on
and
how
we'll
to
be
find.
at the county fair on the 7th of July.
Oh, is that
you
right?
Can catch us there
Okay.
from 5 to 7 in whatever building we're playing.
I guess I haven't heard where you're going with that, whether it'll be outside of the stage or not, but don't know. But so how do you remember all the words for the songs you're singing?
Well, I don't usually.
You keep them close to you?
I keep them on an iPad, and I keep it on my microphone stand as a prompter, not necessarily as I'm staring at it all the time. It's just sometimes I have a hard time remembering, and this is why I wasn't really good in school either, is I have a hard time remembering the words and then what notes to play. I know the words, I know all the words, but what notes do I play? So I kind of get lost. So
do you ever notice how people know 10 words out of every song?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they say, let's sing it. Well, they can't because they don't know the rest of it. Mumble. But, you know, I'm always impressed, you know, when we watch entertainers, and, you know, we've had them at different motorsports programs that we've done and things like that. And they always seem to be, you know, they know everything. And I don't know, I've never known how they've been able to do that. But anymore, I'm sure you can get the iPads and stuff that's sitting there.
Any of those shows on TV, there are prompters, and they look like monitor speakers, but there's a television screen in them.
Sure.
And that's how and even on Austin City Limits, they have them broadcast on the back wall.
Oh, is that right?
So they can, Don Henley did a show just recently that they put on Austin City Limits with the new album that they did, and all the words are on the back wall.
Really? Have you, have you worked with other big name entertainers, bigger than Marshall County Hangman?
Oh, my heavens, yes. While we were down there, they had a fathers and sons band. We had a bass player, his name was Jamie McFarland, and his dad, Will McFarland, had played with Bonnie Raitt for 15 years on the road, recorded with National Geographic soundtracks, and then over 300 studio albums.
Really?
And he's in the Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. And then Kelvin Holly, who also toured with Little Richard on the Chitlin circuit for 25 years. He says, "Where are you guys from?" I told him we're from Iowa. "Oh, from around Waterloo?" "No, we're more in the center." "Oh, around Marshalltown." He knew the state.
He knew it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he'd been here before.
Isn't it amazing once you meet those people that you read about, you hear about, you watch? They're just like you and I are.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
they can
great
sit down and
people.
talk with you, and have a Kool-Aid or something with you, and just enjoy. They enjoy people like we enjoy them.
Exactly.
Nothing fancy with them or anything like that. But now, what's your favorite song?
Gosh.
Does every band entertainer have a favorite song they like to do?
I have a favorite writer. I really enjoy singer-songwriter music. I like Ray Riley Hubbard, who was famous for Up Against the Wall, You Redneck Mothers. But he is so much more broad scope than that. He plays rock, blues, country, and he'll play by himself or with his band. He's one of my favorite. Lyle Lovett is another one of my favorite writers. Chris Knight, Charlie Robinson. I could go on, but I really enjoy the singer-songwriter.
And what kind of music do you guys mostly play?
We play, we take, if it's a country song and it's written as a slow song, we rock it up and make it very danceable.
So you call yourself a country rock?
I hate to pigeonhole us because we play so many other things too. We play country, rock, blues, any kind of standard. We have probably close to about 1,000 songs that we can pull out of our hat
kidding.
At any given time. So if you walk up and say, "Hey, could you play Wagon Wheel?" Well, it's not our favorite song, but we'll do it.
You'll do it.
It's a good dance tune. People will get up and dance, and that's what we want you to do. Is when we come to town, we want you to dance.
Have fun.
You bet.
What are some of the places you've played around in our area, or how far out have you gone?
We've played here in town at Jake's Game Room. We've played at Jack's while it was when it was open. We played down at the casino in Tama. We'll be playing June 3rd at the Prairie Meadows Finish Line Lounge right after the races. And then we've also played Jefferson at the casino there, in the new casino, Wild Rose. We've played Emmetsburg at the Wild Rose up there. We're trying to get into the Clinton one so we can do the trifecta.
I was going to ask you, is it hard? Is that a circuit that you have to get into, or does one tell another?
Yeah, once you get in, it's still kind of tough to get back.
Really?
Yeah, it is, because there's so many other bands doing the same thing you're doing.
Sure. Sure.
And so trying to, I don't like to bash any other bands because every band has a good quality, whether it's just a garage band or what have you. So I really enjoyed just listening to music, and it's really a shame that a lot of people, when there's live music here in Marshalltown, won't come out very often. And so it's kind of a shame that they'll have the people in and nobody comes.
Now, are you guys? You're retired from Firestone, or not?
Yeah, from Firestone. Yes.
Now, so are you guys? Do you ever have the opportunity to follow Ragbri around?
Oh, heavens no. I still work at Fisher Controls.
Oh,
down
okay.
here.
I see.
I've been there 15 years, and I'm hoping to retire June 1st of next year.
So, what's the goal for Marshall County Hangman?
Just keep playing music. As long as our hands and bodies will let us.
And watching people smile. Huh?
Yeah, and if we can put a smile on your face or get you to sing along,
Do you sing Johnny Cash songs?
Oh, we've got about 35 or 40 of them in our collection.
So, it's interesting. There again, I know Craig, with his walker, and the rest of us that are getting older, that we, I'm sure some of these young people are saying, "Who's Johnny Cash?" You just kind of wonder where the old music is it going to come back? Is it going to be something that people enjoy again?
I think so, because the music today is more about drinking, my girlfriend, my truck, and that's about it.
My tractor.
Yeah, and your tractor, yeah. Back in the older days, when George Jones, Buck Owens, Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, all those guys, it was about feelings and had heart. The music had heart.
They told stories.
Yeah, and it had a soul to it. And you can take any one of their songs and put your own heart into it, and it gives it a new life. And it's just a wonderful thing.
You know, I heard one song the other day. It was a country rap song.
Oh, yeah.
Now, how, you know, there again, I guess I look at the, you know, the old Ryman Auditorium down at Nashville and different things like that. How in the world do they think that's country western music? But they say country western has always been an innovator, and they've always went beyond things that were today. But the rap part of it, I'm not quite sold on.
My ears are not fast enough to pick up on.
Well, I never know what they're
words.
saying.
Yeah, that's my problem. Is I don't mind the rap music. I can't keep up with it. If you played it in maybe a 33 mode, I could keep up with it.
But Dave, you're telling us you're getting a little older
well, you know, it is.
when you're doing it that way. But is it hard on the fingers? I know that's a dumb question to ask you.
Well, it depends on how many shows you do.
But I was just trying to pick and grin here before we went on, and I'll tell you what, it's been a long time since I've strummed a guitar, and you know, I've got dents that may never come out of my fingers.
Well, you
now.
know, it happens. You get your callus built up. There's been weekends where I've had 7 shows in 48 hours.
Is that right?
Yeah, because I play nursing homes too.
Really?
There's about 24 nursing homes in the
Now, you do that on your own,
Yes.
or does the hangman come in?
I get off work from Fisher's. I'll go home, get cleaned up, grab my stuff, and I'll go play Conrad. I used to play Gladbrook, Trayer, Rhinebeck, Grundy Center, Newton. There's 5 of them down there, and I play 4 of those.
Well, that's nice.
So,
That's kind of neat
and I
to do
enjoy
that.
doing it, and because I'm playing the music that I play is the stuff that they know.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
They'll sing along and they'll request songs, and I love to be heckled while I'm playing nursing homes. And I love to tell groaner jokes during those.
But there again, you're relating the vintage country music
yeah.
to the people that grew up with it too.
And a lot of the nurses who listen to the new stuff nowadays are going, "Wow, I've never heard that song before."
Yeah, see, that's just it.
And so
they
enjoy that.
They had a young entertainer on The Voice just recently. This Mary Sarah, and she sang some Patsy Clines. She sang some older song, Loretta Lynn. She was singing the older songs, and it almost sounded good hearing that in a young, fresh voice.
Yes.
And it just kind of makes you wonder, will that come back, and how will it come back, and can somebody come back with it and become famous with it again?
I certainly don't know why. I've been thinking that the next album may have a few covers on it. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy doing Johnny Cash and Merle Haggard stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if with the next album that we do, and there will be another one, I fully anticipate there'll be a few covers on there, just if nothing else to get it out there.
Will you go back to Alabama again?
I don't know. I really enjoyed going there. We went to Fame this time, and then I didn't realize this, but the Muscle Shoals studio was where the Swampers went after they left Fame Studios.
Really?
And so I thought maybe we could do one there, and maybe Jimmy Johnson might sit in with us. I got a chance to meet Jimmy Johnson while we were down there, and David Hood, the bass player for the Swampers. I didn't get a chance to meet the other two, but I sure wanted to.
Sure. Okay, Marshall County Hangman is consisted of how many?
There's 4 of us.
There's 4 of you. Drummer?
Bass, lead guitar, and then I play rhythm, harmonica, mandolin, and do most of the singing.
I see. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to let you do a little bit of that picking and grinning and singing, and I like to thump along. I did that with John when he was here.
Sure.
We're going to take a short break right now, and when we come back, Dave's Gray here. Dave Gray is here with the Marshall County Hangman, and you're watching Discover Marshalltown on MEC TV.
All right, what do we got?
Just came in. Heart attack. 5'9", 300 pounds, 32 years old.
How the hell does that happen?
Quiet!
Can I get a,
Could be developing diabetes. Let's make a change.
Oh, yeah.
You're graduating! Watch TV. You won't even have to leave.
You can't do this.
Yes, can I get a...
Yeah, no, deep dish.
You have to make a change. Good job, Jim. You got an A+.
Here are your fries, sweetie. You go.
I still can't believe you give this child freckles.
I know, but it's the only thing that'll make him stop.
Welcome back to Discover Marshalltown on MEC TV, and Dave Gray here with the Marshall County Hangman, and other than myself, we're the only ones up here on front. The studio audience are going to enjoy some very good music. How did you get involved in music?
Well, back in
Like your teenager when you was like eight or 9 years ago.
Oh heavens, yeah, I wish. Back when I was in 4th grade, I had a music teacher who told me I didn't have a musical bone in my body, and that haunted me for years. And then in '93, I was motocrossing and I broke my leg really bad. And my wife said, "You need a safer hobby." So I picked up the harmonica. Couldn't do anything else except sit on the couch, so that's where it started. And after a while, you just get bored of playing the same instrument all the time. So I taught myself how to play guitar. And I can't read music, but I know what the notes are, and I can muddle my way through all right. And then the words started coming, and I wrote them down, and it's really good therapy as far as getting what you feel out.
Sure.
So it doesn't manifest into something bad.
So you write a lot of your songs?
I do. On both albums that we have out, On the Road to Heaven or Hell and the Southbound Road album, I wrote all of the songs.
Now, when you write a song like that, does like your drummer create his own
Yes,
creation
I
to it?
want
your
them.
bass.
What I do is I will play the song and I will record it so that they can kind of practice with it a little bit, and then everybody plays. And okay, we need to tweak it here, we need to tweak it there. And when we were down in Fame Studios, 2 hours we had one in the can.
Really?
And
that's pretty good.
It is. You would play it original cold turkey, just go out, everybody just kind of did their own thing, and then after the third try, then we'd record it, and we'd go into the mixing room, and we'd listen to it. Okay, we need to change this, we need to change that. We go back out, we change it, and boom.
Now, when you create something like that, is it the same way every time?
Oh heavens, no.
Okay, well, I just wondered
No,
if there was a, because that'd be hard to do, especially when you're creating as you go. Mm-hmm. Be hard to do. Now, you got a song you're going to do for us now?
I got a song here I wrote. Teenage boys have a hard time listening and understanding, and sometimes have to just learn the hard way. And this song is called I Didn't Know Then. Left my home when I turned 18. I didn't know where I was going. Packed my bags, said see you around, and I started roaming. I didn't know then. I know now. I didn't know then, but I know now. Traveled around this great big world, took in the sights and sounds. Seems like everything I did made me prison bound. I didn't know then, but I know now. I didn't know then, but I know now. I met some folks in Mexico, and that made my heart sag. They loaded me up and ratted me down, let me hold bag, I didn't know then. But I know now. I didn't know then. I know now. Thinking about where I've been behind these prison bars. I wish I'd listened to my dad. I could have went real far. I didn't know then. But I know now. I didn't know then. I know now.
Good job. You know, I was just sitting there thinking, how long did it take to write that song?
This particular song, it didn't take very long. Most of the songs I wrote, with a few exceptions, have only taken 15, 20 minutes for the words.
You know, and that's what they say when people get inspired to have that inspiration. You can sit down and knock something out, and then you go back in and start tweaking it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
that's what they say.
The way I like to do it is I like to road test them, because I like to see the reaction of people when you play them, because a lot of times you'll see them making a face, or you'll see them connect with the song, and then you know you're on the right track.
I see.
And so,
but then how do you come up with the melody?
sometimes it comes right there with it, and lucky for me, we have technology. There's an app on my phone that just records. And I can
when
just
you have that moment.
And I'll go to a corner and say, okay, and people think you're funny because you're singing into your telephone, you know, and then I'll go home and monkey with it there. I wrote another song, The Day George Jones Died. It's another slow song. It's called Sad Songs, and I really, the day he died, this song only took me 10 minutes to write. I was on break while I was at Fisher's, and I sat at my bench and I wrote this, and as soon as I wrote the last line and my phone buzzed, George Jones had passed that morning.
Really?
Yeah, and I finished
And you didn't know that?
I had no idea.
I thought maybe his passing inspired you to write this.
No, I had no idea. And my mom had met George a long time ago. An old family friend married George Jones' drummer.
Huh.
And so she got her a tour on the bus and got to meet George and the band, and just, he was a great guy. I never met him myself, but I know he was a great songwriter.
Let's hear this one.
All right.
Now you got me interested.
All right, this song is called Sad Songs. Sitting in the darkness, sipping on my whiskey, staring out the window, looking at the city. Pick up my guitar, write me some songs. Sad songs always make me feel at home. Sad songs and me, we're the same, can't you see? Sharing the sadness that haunts all my dreams. So if you're looking for something that sounds so alone, sad songs always make me feel at home. Trying to remember the last time we kissed, looking through the hard times and things that I've missed, still being held prisoner by my own selfish drone. Sad songs always make me feel at home. Sad songs and me, we're the same, can't you see? Carrying the sadness that haunts all my dreams. So if you're looking for something that sounds so alone, make me feel at home. I know it sounds crazy, it might sound strange. After these years, I doubt that I'll change. Still here with my whiskey when I shut off my phone. Sad songs always make me feel at home. Sad songs and me, we're the same, can't you see? Sharing the sadness that haunts all my dreams. So if you're looking for something that sounds so alone, sad songs always make me feel at home. Sad songs always make me feel at home.
You know, I would almost say that's kind of a tribute to George Jones.
I believe so too, because on the album, after I'm done singing the song, I say thank you, George Jones, because in my heart, I feel he gave me that song.
Well, and you got some phrases in there that comes from George Jones' music, and it's very good. I noticed Craig was doing the sound. He had to. I have a tendency to hum, and I think he thought there was a buzzing in the equipment or something. But it was just me kind of come along with you.
Okay.
Well, anyway, we have time for one more. Yep. We have time for one more.
It was a gorgeous day in May, warm as it could be, watching the wall approaching, the sky turning eerie green. Well, there was no place safe to play. The neighbor's house just blew away. Couldn't see through the debris. In the basement with my family. Hiding under the mattress. Hearing the sirens wail. Then the roaring silence. Survivor, I don't know. I dry her up in a tree. My truck's in the basement with me. The whole house is gone, you see. I shuddered with fear on that fateful day. Crawling out of that basement, destruction everywhere. Holding on to one another, I can't help feeling despair. My wife coming home that day, debris filled the right of way. All the landmarks were gone. She had to walk to what was left of home. The nightmare finally over. Or has it just begun? If I quit now, the storm winds. The cleanup has begun. The governor flew by and stayed. All the people stood and prayed. 7 people died that day. The F5 storm in Parkersburg that day.